I live in England, in a town called Chesterfield. As you might know, England is infamous for its bad weather, and our town is no exception to this rule. So when the sun shines and the weather is fine, it's best to make the most of it. Sunday, last week, was one of these rare days, when the weather is something to be enjoyed rather than scorned. And so, me and my dad were outside in the garden, enjoying the sun, speaking only a little as we basked in our relatively hot 30-degree sunlight. Gradually, we began to notice a pretty bad stench. Now, when you live in a town in England, the Great British countryside is going to be pretty close by, and on a warm day like this, that all too recognizable smell of manure is going to roll over the town like a great smog. This was not the smell of manure at all. This was the stench of rancid crap, and it was getting pretty unbearable. What is that stink? What is that bloody stink? I ask, almost rhetorically. My dad screws up his nose. Well, it wasn't me, he replied, grimacing. And it doesn't smell like crap either. It smells like something badly rotten to me. I raise a skeptical eyebrow. Once you smell something long dead, it's not a smell you can forget in a hurry, he adds. Well, what's died then? It's getting worse. I cover my nose with my shirt and find that's about as effective as a cat flap on a submarine. I don't know, but I'm gonna look out on the road. Maybe a manhole cover's blown or something, says my dad. I thought you said it wasn't crap. Well, I don't bloody know, do I? Fair enough. So we get up and pursue the smell through the front gate. It's pretty late now, around 8 o'clock, but the days are long at this time of year, and a bright orange hue still persists in the sky. We look left and up the road towards the traffic lights, and the sun is shining low in the sky. Bright, insipid light stings our eyes. I use my hand as a visor and look out into the tarmac and see a bulbous growth in the middle of the left lane. What the hell is that? I exclaim. Fell off the back of a lorry, a voice to my left replies, giving me a shock. It's Malcolm from the shop next door. I hadn't seen him because of the sun in my eyes. What lorry? Asks my dad, annoyed. Malcolm is a nice enough guy, but talking to him can be like leeching blood from a stone. Luckily today, he was in one of his more conversational moods. I don't know, he shrugs. I came out of the shop to see what was making that horrible stink, and there waiting in the lights was a big, horrible truck. One of them big open bed ones, and whatever he's hauling is steaming off in the heat and leaving a proper rank smell. Honestly, that stink were nasty, weren't it? Anyways, some lad was crossing the road and he says to the driver of the truck, he shouts, "That bloody well stinks!" And the driver shouts back, "Well, I'm the dick that has to drive that bugger." Well, he was clearly in a hurry to ship whatever he's carrying to where it needs to go and get it out of his truck, because he zooms away right quick and that thing topples off the back. Splat. Malcolm laughs to himself. Well, whatever he's left behind, he's left the stink with it. As my eyes began to adjust to the brighter light, I can see better what is lying in the road. It was like a big, swollen, meaty bag with a sickly yellowish green colour. It had translucent looking skin, and it was smooth and wet looking. Looks like a rotten stomach or something, don't it? Malcolm comments. You're not wrong, I reply. Smells like one too, adds my dad. Just at that moment, a white van rips up the road. He must have had the sun in his eyes because he drove directly over the stomach. The meaty bag instantly tore into pieces as the wheels rolled over it, dragging most of it up into the wheel arch of the van, and the rest was strewn across the rest of the road and pavement. At that moment, the stench just grew completely unbearable, and we all started to gag and wrench. Holy crap! Malcolm screams, clapping his left hand firmly over his nose. What the hell is that thing? His right arm is extended, pointing towards the pavement near his feet. Damn. Holy crap. Me and my dad exclaim, almost comically in synchrony. Laying still at Malcolm's feet is what looked like a hairless monkey, but with an elongated face, no ears, and a stubby tail. Its hands and feet were curled painfully close and its eyes clamped tightly shut. Not wanting something like that anywhere near his feet, Malcolm gave it a short, sharp kick out into the road. It rolled once, twice, then jolted into life, contorted itself mid-air and landed out on its hands and feet, skating a few inches on clawed hands and feet. Crap! Malcolm shrieked, reeling back a step or two. The bugger's not dead! The creature opened its eyes wide and stared blindly into the sky, giving a short yelp and revealing several short but very sharp teeth. It reeled against the fading sunlight, its body racked with pain, and it retched vile green bile onto the road, then twisted back away from us and bolted through a bush on the far side of the road which leads to the local park. We all looked at each other, eyes wide, wondering what on earth we had just seen. Much debate and theory crafting ensued, including the possibility of biological waste from a botched experiment, a freak mutation of some poor animal's offspring, and Malcolm's idea that the government were breeding animals and humans. The next day, a big fire truck came up from the road and scoured the road with a hose to alleviate the smell. On Monday, a poster for a missing cat appeared on the window of Malcolm's shop. On Tuesday, a missing dog poster sat alongside it. On Wednesday, both animals turned up in the play area of the park, missing eyes, tongues, and most of their skin. On Thursday, 2 more dogs disappeared. On Friday, the sum total of 1 dog remained from the recovered pieces found in a basket of a child's swing. Yesterday, a frantic mother came knocking at all the doors on our street, telling us her little boy has wandered off while playing in the park. Today, the police cornered off the entrance to the park when an unidentifiable body was discovered, but which was plainly human and definitely that of a male child. They were looking for a deranged killer, but what 3 of us know is that whilst the killer may be deranged, it is most certainly not human.